Hello, welcome back to Be a Legend. Today we are reviewing the culmination of our first season with Charlton in the Championship. Moving halfway through from Sheffield Wednesday, so we'll have a quick look at how they all finished up. But if you missed how we finished the Championship season with Charlton, then go back and watch episode 49. Otherwise, enjoy today's episode, hopefully with some new players and looking at what our new season looks like in the Championship. I'm looking forward to it. I've even had my hair cut, especially. Welcome to Be a Legend. Hello, welcome to episode 50 of To Be a Legend. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have that roundup of our season in the Championship with Charlton, and we'll be looking at all the stuff that's gone on behind it and also providing you with some insight into our transfer window and whether we've actually brought some players in, who's leaving, etc. etc. So, without any more to do, let's have the first bit of the season, and it is our review of the season, and that's going to be followed by a look at the transfers and all the rest of the other bits. But let's go through to the review of the season 24-25. And here we are for this review, and we start on the 4th of May. A quick look at what our season looked like. Just to recap, we did finish in 12th place overall. We'll be looking at the table very, very shortly. But here is the end of season review. And we start, as always, with the new arrivals. Transfers in first. Mark Helm on top of the pile. Came in from Middlesbrough, a 23-year-old attacking midfielder. He made 44 appearances for us in the end, 7 on the bench. He scored 11 goals and 16 assists, absolutely prolific assists-wise, scoring a 7.04 on the average rating. Max Sanders, he came in from Forest Green Rovers. He is a 26-year-old midfielder, played 45 games, 2 from the bench, scored 4 goals, but bigger than anything, made 14 assists. 30 assists there between those two players was actually tremendous, really. Proved more than worthwhile. So, that was incoming. Robert Sanchez, a goalkeeper, came in from Brighton for 165,000. Made 47 appearances for us in the end. Obviously, he was brought in, I think, before I arrived. A 6.88, I think that is. Yeah, I'm surprised that didn't squeak over 7, because he had some really good games, especially towards the end of the season. Miles Kenlock, 28-year-old fullback, came in from Shrewsbury, made 45 appearances. So you can see a lot of these players that came in absolutely contributed, certainly with a huge amount of games. 3 assists from him. Bobby Carroll came from West Brom. Nearly got that completely wrong then, didn't we? 40 appearances, 8 from the bench, 4 goals and 3 assists. So all contributing assists, apart from the goalkeeper, of course. 6.87. OP Edwards from Rotherham, £39,500 he cost, 42 appearances, 10 from the bench, 10 goals and 4 assists. And so we continue. One of my players that I brought in, Gabriel Tuppin, come from Liverpool, an 18-year-old promising striker. He made 4 appearances, 12 from the bench, scoring 2 goals and 2 assists. And then we had Luke Thomas from Barnsley, £425,000, 26-year-old winger. 48 appearances, 1 from the bench, 5 goals and 2 assists. And then we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Simon Murray and Vadim Amirkanov, who came from Burnley, 18-year-old young midfielder. When do we bring him in then? Can we check? We'll check that out in a bit and see where he came from. Going outs, Tom Bradshaw, Lucas Ness, Joe Young, Joe Watkins and Freddie Barton. Tom Bradshaw going to Crewe for 700,000, 17 appearances and 4 from the bench. He made there 3 goals and 2 assists. Lucas Ness, 38 appearances for Kettering Town, and Joe Young made 20 appearances and 1 from the bench for Dorking. So that was it. Loans out, quite a few. Top of the pile, though, we won't go through all of them. Callum Doherty, 19-year-old young attacking midfielder, went to Kings Lynn, made 21 appearances. Ivan Carbon went to the New Saints. He's an 18-year-old winger, 27 appearances, 2 from the bench, scoring 9 goals and 6 assists. Reece Dixon, 2.3 thousand loan, 19 appearances, 1 goal, no assists. And then we had Adebola Hines, Vasilis Gattazis, I can never pronounce that, James Beadle, Richard Chin, David Babatunde, but I'll try that. And then the aforementioned Vadim Amirnikov and Alexandros Datatis, all out on loan for the season. And the results: in the Sky Bet Championship, fight bravely against relegation, we finished 12th, an average home gate of 18,765. Fantastic. Top scorer was Benjamin Affray with 20 goals. The board were happy with that, and we'll have a closer look at the table in my inimitable style in just a short while. And there are the results. Started the season off very, very badly. 4 straight losses. Managed to beat Blackburn Rovers, and then a draw and a loss, and draw, a loss, draw. And then when we go down here a little bit, as you'll see, things started to improve. We came in... Where did we come in? I can't remember where our first games were. Down here a little bit, I think. Did we come in around about here somewhere? I think, if I remember rightly, Huddersfield, Blackburn, maybe our first games. I can't remember now exactly. But we did come in around about there, and as you'll see, from there on in, we only lost 2 or 3 games, having picked up some good wins, and certainly that run-in was extremely good. 2-0 win away to Ipswich, 3-0 win against Crewe Alexandra, 2-0 against Reading, 1-0 against Crystal Palace. Didn't give any goals away, apart from the Bristol City one, draw there, 1 there. So really, only conceded 1 goal in the last 7 games, I think it was, and that against Bristol City right at the death. The Emirates FA Cup, we got knocked out by Tottenham Hotspur in the 5th round. Did very well, just be competitive was the expectation. Affrey getting 4 goals in that competition, and the games were against Wigan, who we beat on a replay, Barnet, so that's 3rd round, 4th round, Barnet, and then the 5th round against Tottenham Hotspur. 1 step too far, but under the circumstances brought in some money. Knocked out in the 4th round of the Caribou Cup. We were expected to reach 2nd round, so 4th round was more than acceptable. Robbie McKenzie getting 2 goals in that. Swindon Town 1-0, Reading 1-1. Must have won that on penalties. Sunderland must have won on penalties 2-2, losing to Manchester United in the end by 3-0. Again, a little bit of a money spinner, I think. Biggest win was a 6-3 win against Queen's Park Rangers back in October, before my time, I think that was. That was a good win. Matches to remember was a 3-0 win against Derby in November. And the goal of the season, unfortunately, I have checked this out, we can't see it because it was before my time. It was back in October, and Football Manager, for some reason, even though you've taken a team over, doesn't actually record the highlights, so we can't actually see that. But it was a top quality strike from Charlton. Attacking midfielder Mark Helm, who we mentioned earlier, scores a free kick from the edge of the area, so you can have a guess what sort of goal it was. But as I say, unfortunately on this occasion we can't see it. Finances wise, our reputation stays pretty much the same. No new sponsorship deals, no notable deals this year. Sponsorship was up from 717,000 to 930, 2.88 million in broadcast revenue against 493 last season. 1.14 million against 727. I think they got promoted, if my memory serves me right, from the previous season. Hence why all this is up. Prize money 354 against 134. And match day commercial 995 against 766. Total merchandise sales was 771,000. Non-domestic of that 77,000, and we sold 8,427 shirts. And the favourite shirts were Afray, Helm, Sanders, Carroll, and Thomas. This was our team of the season. That's how we lined up. Sanchez in goal, Kenlock, Elroy, Gomez, Mackenzie at the back, Carroll and Sanders in front of them, Luke Thomas, Helm and Edwards are attacking midfield with Afray up front, the best 11. That is the team that we would have put out. The accolades then: Club Awards, Fans Player of the Year, Mackenzie, Young Player of the Season, Afray, Goal of the Season, Helm, which we've already mentioned we can't see. Top goal scorer was Benjamin Afray with the 24 goals. Most assists, Mark Helm with 16. Benjamin Afray was most player of the match awards with 5. Robert Mackenzie, highest average rating 7.1. And most passes completed, Aaron Henry 41 completed. And competition awards, we didn't win anything this season. I did win Manager of the Year for the season, I think. Manager Awards? No. Nothing. I didn't win anything. Tell a lie. Record breakers, Benjamin Afray with 24 goals. That is a new high, as is the number of assists in a season. That is our end of season review. What we are going to do next is we're going to have a quick breakdown of the table. We always like to do this. I'm going the wrong way, Mark. This is how it all finished then. Just a quick resume of who went up, who went down. Brighton, in fact, at this stage, the playoffs haven't been finished. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to jump forward to the 1st of June, then do it, because the playoffs will have finished. We'll know who's in the division for next season. So don't go away anywhere. We'll be right back. And I promised you that we would come back for the roundup or 1st of June and a first look at the table before we do any of the other stuff. So Brighton were promoted as champions, 102 points. Absolutely fantastic season they had there, of course. Birmingham went up in second place, and Watford, who finished third on 84 points, they were promoted through the playoffs. I think they beat Derby in the final, if my memory serves me right. Can we? We'll have a quick look at that in a moment, but that's how it finished up. Huddersfield, Crewe and Ipswich Town are the relegated sides from this division. We finished 12th, and as you'll have seen from the last episode, we did actually get above Sheffield Wednesday, which was, once it became apparent we were safe, or relatively safe, that was in our sights and our target, and we managed it. We managed it quite well, actually, in the end, by about 4 points. Yeah, 4 points. So more than happy with that. We actually got past them, and we'll be looking to finish better than Sheffield Wednesday. If whatever else happens, finish better than Sheffield Wednesday this season. New season, I will be more than happy. So that is how we finish the season. But that's not the whole story, of course. What we like to do at this stage is we have a look at the first half of the season. And as you'll see, we are down here. First half of the season, we played the 23 games, won 6, drew 4, lost 13, just 22 points from that first half of the season. So we got 40 from the second half. So that was more than good. And as you'll see, Brighton were top and almost running away with it at that point. Burnley tucked in behind them, Watford, Fulham. Birmingham must have done extremely well. Where are Birmingham? They're there. Got promoted in the end, so they had an absolutely fantastic second half of the season. 33 points. They must have gone like a bomb. Lost 10, so we'll see how many they lost in total at the end of the season. So that's the first half of the season as it looked. Second half of the season, you'll see we were third, fourth, fifth, sixth, only seventh. I say only seventh, but seventh in the table. Birmingham had the best of the second half of the season, even better than Brighton, to be fair, scoring a glorious 55 points in that second half of the season. And we, of course, got 40 along with Bristol City and Watford, who we beat in that last few games. Big turnaround in that game. Go back and watch the episode if you missed it. It was stupendous. Anyway, yes, that's how it all ended up. So we had a good second half of the season, which pulled us through, losing just 5 games in that second half of the season, winning 11, drawing 7. So I think we can be reasonably happy with that. Home record wasn't particularly good, as it turned out. Only scored 24 points at home, pretty much similar to how our first half of the season went. Really dire. Birmingham were fantastic at home. I think that's probably where they went. It only lost 3 games at home: Queen's Park Rangers, Burnley and Derby County. So they had a very good. Away-wise, we were very good. 5th in the league for the away record. 39 points we accumulated away from home, plus 10 goal difference there. In that part, only losing 6 games away from home. Bristol City, Nottingham Forest, Birmingham, Brighton, Watford and Reading certainly good on the road. Again, Birmingham not so good away, but not a bad record. Brighton also very good on the road. Right, that is how it looked. Last 5 games, as you'll see the run-in, we were exceedingly good. Charlton, Sheffield Wednesday all the way down here, look, 18th for the last 5 games. We were 3rd in those last 5 games. We only lost 1 game in those things. We've already said that was quite a run-in. It was only the 1-0 loss against Bristol City in that. Why is that showing me 1 game lost? Why is it showing all the others? I'm not sure. Anyway, and finally, media prediction wise, how did it all end up? They expected Brighton to be promoted as champions, and they were. Birmingham were expected to be 5th but finished 2nd. Watford expected to be 2nd and finished 3rd, but also got promoted. And then at the other end of the table, we were expected to finish 23rd, finished 12th. Sheffield Wednesday expected to finish 11th, finished 13th. And then at the bottom, Ipswich Town were expected to finish 22nd, actually finished 24th. Crewe 24th, 23rd. Huddersfield 18th, finished 22nd. And I'll leave the rest for you just to have a quick look at before we move on. And we go back to the overall table there for that one. So that is how it all ended up. Quite an interesting season, really. Having picked them up, I think when we actually joined them, from memory, we were down here somewhere. We'll probably need to check that out at some point. But yeah, that's how we go. Right, let's move on to the transfers then. I don't think there is a great deal going on. You will see from that there are some greens here, which usually means people lining up to come in. We do have a number of players lined up to come in from June. But this joins on the 9th of June. And these players were ones that basically come out of the youth youth teams of the bigger clubs, the Premier League clubs, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United, Aston Villa, and I think that's out actually. Is that going out? I can never tell which are ins and which are outs. There we ins. So we'll have a closer look at those when they've actually joined us, I think. Let's go to transfer history. Gabriel Tuppin last in. He was on loan from Liverpool. Nope, nothing coming in there. And Baba Tunde last out. So nothing happening transfer-wise at the moment. There are a number of players that are out of contract, etc., etc. So we will come up to those in a wee while and see what the team does look like. One thing I can tell you is a financial update. We have got our budgets and what have you. The wage budget, 100,000. Goodness me, that's quite a hefty wage budget, and our transfer budget is 447,000. Scouting budget 105,000. So I'm quite happy with that. Right, without any more to do, let's jump to the 1st of July, and we will hopefully, with the transfer window opening, hopefully we will see some incoming transfers for you. And you come back and join us. In fact, I've got the wrong camera on now. Let's just switch cameras a minute. There we go. Right, you will see things have been happening. First of all, schedule-wise, the fixture list is up and running. We have some friendlies to play. There's about only 4 of them. And our opening of the season in the Championship, Derby County at home, Bristol City away. That will be in the next episode. And then some other highlights for us are Boxing Day, we're away to Derby County, which is a rerun of our opening 2 games of the season. And then on the final day of the season, we are away to Blackburn. That is who we will be playing. So I'm sure things will have sorted themselves out before then. We have a training camp, which is in Portugal. So we're playing these 2 players from Portugal. First off, then Ebbsfleet United, then Club Bruges will be our pre-season then. That's the word I was looking for. Right, transfers. Let's go back to the transfer then. Let's go into transfer history. Things have been happening. There was a bit happening before it flicked over. So Tuppin was the last one. Carl Thompson is the first of our young academy players that have come from the bigger clubs. He comes from Manchester United. Carl Thompson. He is a 1.5 star. Potentially bigger than that. He's going to be potentially at 4 to 5 star, hence why we've brought him in. He is a attacking midfielder who plays in the centre, so he will we've brought him in to just give us a little bit of youth, because our youth academy isn't producing particularly well. Another 1.5 star, Steve Jenkins, a striker, hoping that he might do some good things. He is, as I say, he is 1.5 star, and again potentially a 4 to 5 star down the line. So we'll hope that. Didn't mean to do that. We will hope that he does. He came in from Aston Villa. Shaquille Stewart came from Arsenal. Shaquille is a 2 star, potentially a 4 to 5 star potential ability. He's a right-sided midfielder, can play in central midfield and also can play on the left side of midfield. But as we tend to play attacking, that's the place that he will play. And he's more than able, more than accomplished in that particular thing. He is Barbadian, and he's signed as a breakthrough prospect. We'll see how he gets on in due course. Mark Walker came from Liverpool. He is he can play in a number of roles actually. He can play in central midfield. He can play as an attacking midfielder. He can even play up front as a striker if we need to. Can also play as a right wing back. So a varied selection here. Is 2.5 star current ability, certainly in that position, 2 stars in others. His probably best position is that position. It was an inverted wing back. He can play, as I say, he is 2.5 star current ability with a 4 to 5 star potential ability. Again, looks good. And Sion Lewis, we're getting bids in already for him to go out on loan, I think. Sion Lewis is a 1.5 star, potentially a 3 to 4 star. Maybe not quite as good as the others, but he did look all right, and we've decided to take him. He is a central midfielder as well, can play any of these roles: defensive, central, or attacking midfield. He's pretty much the okay side of that. Right, loans out. We have had 2. Jeremy Santos has gone to Queen of the South, and Carl Thompson, who we've already mentioned, came in from Manchester United. He's gone out to Tunbridge Angels for the season. So we'll be seeing more of him a little bit down the line, as it were. Right, without any more, we're going to go through to the bit of the season where we actually do we'll pretty much take you to the 1st of August, look at the rest of the transfers coming in, that sort of thing, and show you how we've done in pre-season, and then just get ourselves set up ready for the new season. And so we have come through to the transfers up to the 1st of August. Some of those actually had come in, I think, when we were on the last one. We didn't actually do them, but we'll do them now, as you will see. So Teddy Jenks is our first one, comes in from Brighton, promoted last season. So he has the acumen to do it again if he wishes. He is a central midfielder, can play in a number of roles, can also play as a defensive midfielder should we want him to do so. He's 3-star current ability, 4-star potential ability, 23 years of age. He's joined us on a freebie. In fact, I don't think we've paid any money out so far this season. This one's caused a bit of commotion. The board are not happy because they think I've spent too much on his wages. And also, I think the fans are a bit unhappy because I've brought in a player that came from Sheffield Wednesday. Faseo Deli Bashiru, he is a central midfielder again. He is 2.5 star, potential 4-star ability. He's 24 years old. He's Nigerian. Not quite sure why I brought him in, but if you look at the attributes look quite decent for who he is, but we'll see. Work rate 13, teamwork 11, determination, and so on and so forth. He could be useful. I'm not saying he's going to get lots of game time, but he could be a useful addition to the squad. He's signed up on a 2-year contract, and you should see 4.1 thousand a week he's being paid, so maybe a little bit over the top. Dermy Lasala came from Tottenham. He's 2.5 star current ability. He's got potential to be 4.5 star ability. Will look good on that right side. We'll give Mackenzie a run for his money, but I think Mackenzie may come inside and start playing central defence. He's got good pace, good stamina. Look at these attributes here. And his tackling's quite good, etc, etc. So I expect him to. He can move around in this particular thing. He can play central. He can play as a defensive midfielder as well. So in that little block there, just surprised he can't play on that side, but maybe he can. He's just perhaps not up to it. So he will look quite good. Zach Pike, he's come from Liverpool. He is a striker. Can play on the right wing. Can play well on that right wing, actually. He's probably better than actually has been a striker up front. Not particularly fancy finishing, but this is where he'll, on this right side, this is where he'll do, because look at his acceleration. 16, balance 16, jumping reach 17, so it'd be good when we get corners, agility, pace, natural fitness, all stack up. It means physicals are absolutely brilliant. And technique's quite good as well. So he's 20 years old. As I say, he's 3.5 star current ability, 4 to 5 star potential ability. We'll look forward to him doing the business. He's already been scoring for us in pre-season. Julian Kinchant, he is we've pretty much brought him in, I think, as a central defender. He's only 2 stars, potentially 3, 4 stars. Can play in central midfield as well if required. He's not fantastic, but I think he could develop into quite a good player. Kieran Dixon, he's a loan that we brought in. Can play on either side and also central attacking midfielder. Can also play deeper in central midfield and on the right. Can play on the left, but he's not quite so akin on that left side. Current 3-star ability, potential to be 4-star ability, so we look forward to seeing how he does. He's already done some good work in that. Junior Sunday, he is striker, can play in midfield, left midfield, attacking midfield, right midfield, and as the out-and-out striker. Good abilities, good technique. Again, he's been doing quite well balance. Probably his natural fitness isn't particularly fantastic, but his place stamina and acceleration all quite good. 3-star current ability, 4 to 5-star potential ability. He's only 20 years old. He is Nigerian, and we'll see how he does. And then we've brought this one in just recently. Dean Ashford. He's the wild card. Guys, he's the wild card. As you'll see, can only play in a couple of positions on the left side of midfield. He's currently only 1.5 star. Has the potential to be 2.5 star to 3.5 star. We'll see how he develops. He's coming on a freebie, but he was with us on trial and played reasonably well. So he may get a bit of game time. Not fantastic attributes, but hopefully we can see if he develops given a bit of time. Right, outgoings. Obviously, there's quite a few players that we've brought in. Especially those youngsters have gone out on loan. Steve Jenkins has gone to Maidstone. Debola Hines has gone out on a free to Udinese. That was already sorted. Joel Oliver to Boreham Wood. Sion Lewis, he's gone out to Basingstoke. Jason Adigan gone to Torquay United. We've sold Reece Dixon to Queen's Park Rangers for potentially 250,000 ultimately. Cameron Lewis Brown's gone to Hereford. We have sold Vadim Mirakanov. He's gone to Oldham for 40,000. I think we got him for nothing, so that's not a bad deal. Isaac Yeba, he's gone to Oxford City, and Alexandros Detisis has gone to Morecambe. They've all gone out on loan. Right, let's have a look and see how we've been doing in pre-season. We've lost 1 game in pre-season on our Portuguese tour. 3-0 against Olhanese. Goals from Thomas, Pike and Helm. Junior Sunday getting the consolation goal for us against Franese. Ebbsfleet United, we beat 3-0. Dean Ashford, as I mentioned Dean Ashford, didn't I? 2 goals there. And Benjamin Afre getting another one. And then Club Bruges, Tonji Akinola, who is a central defender, is on trial with us. I think he's still on trial with us. Has he gone? No, he's still on trial with us. He's with us for a little bit longer. He scored from a corner. Melvin Lambert, who's also on trial in injury time, and Dean Ashford getting our 3rd after 60 minutes. That's what's been going on there. Financial wise, as you'll see, we've our wage budget's gone through the roof. We are overspent by about £1,000, so we're going to need to sort of try and trim that back somewhere. Maybe a few more loans going out in due course. Nothing left in the transfer budget because I've nicked it to top that up because it was looking a bit sick, to be fair. Club vision wise, what's the club vision for this season? Let's see. Obviously all the developed players play direct football, which they're disappointed about. Right, current season, we've got to try and repair the club's financial damage, which we're on course to do. Avoid relegation from the Championship. That's our main task for this season. Be competitive in the FA Cup, so not give us a target, and get further than the second round in the EFL Cup. That we will do without too much problem, I hope. Have we got EFL who we're playing yet? We're playing Chorley Town in the first round, so we should hopefully get through to the second round and see who we draw in the second round. The big boys, I don't think, come in until the third round. So, quick look at the squad just to see who we've got in at the moment. Oh, if I can do a quick sort. As you'll see, we still have some of these trialists. Akinola, Kitchen, Anderson, Melvin Lambert, Prestonall and Amadi are the loanees in the trialists in at the moment. And if we sort that by ability now, as you'll see, Totti Gomez, who's wanting to go, he's having a bit of a whinge because we didn't let him go, and unhappy that transfer was blocked, but there's quite a few players that want to loan him out, and if he can go, that will save us a bit of wages. Robbie McKenzie did agree a new deal. He was very, very greedy though. He's now our top earner at £11,500, which opened the floodgates because they all wanted some, which we tried to shut off, but he is in contract with us now until 2029, so he signed a 4-year contract, by which time he will be 30 years of age. We may sell him before then if we discover that one of the other up-and-coming players that's likely to play in his position are better than him. Let's try and sort and have a look, see if we can see. I think we've already identified... Where are we? Robbie McKenzie, yes. Dermy Lusala could be the replacement for him. Who knows? Who knows? Right, I think that's the end of the episode. I hope you've enjoyed the quick roundup of what's happening. As you'll see, we're about to do the press conference, which will take us into the first 2 games of the season, Derby and Bristol City. Well, hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button to keep up to date with all future episodes of this series and our other series which we're currently running, the Sicilian Defence, and also any new episodes that are released. Future episodes of this series are released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. And if you want to keep up to date with what's happening on this channel and find out when new series and new saves are released, then why not follow me on Twitter at JustOffside2 is where you need to be. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you for our next episode, which will be episode 51, the first 2 games of our new championship season. Why not join me? Until then, goodbye.